Wow. Merab Dvalishvili does it again. Dominated Sean O'Malley basically from pillar to post. You could give O'Malley one round, but I've been seeing the argument for 3-2, and I don't get it. It has to be either 4-1 or 5-0. I think at this point you have to say that Merab Dvalishvili has the best cardio in the UFC. The pace he's able to put on these guys and keep the consistent pace is crazy. I don't understand where he gets his cardio from. It has to be genetic and hard work, but the fight started off pretty weird. It had a little controversy with Tim Welch and Merab. You know, Tim Welch being a cornball, talking shit to Merab for no reason. Like, he does that to a lot of fighters. Did it to Aljo. Like, the fuck is the point of doing that? You should be focusing on your fighter mostly, give him fight advice, give him adjustments, But besides that, I was so wrong on this fight. I'm going to get clowned in my other video, but it is what it is. I was wrong. Merab improved so much. He looked very good in this fight. His footwork, his boxing looked very improved. His defense was actually very calculated. He wasn't really getting out of his element like I thought he would. His IQ looked very good as well. He was making very great fight adjustments, and his timing was on the money. He just looked very comfortable in there. And I thought he was going to be tentative and sporadic, and it's UFC NOCHE, the big event. I thought he'd be making a lot of big movements, but he stayed in himself, and he overall fought like a champion. You could tell from the first round that O'Malley's game plan was to find the big counter off the back foot. But I believe Merab's feints, his in and out movement, this whole fight, he was very light on his feet. He was really never flat footed. He was always bouncing on his feet. And I think him changing angles like he was, his linear movement was giving Sean a lot of problems. I believe Sean expected, Merab to enter more rudimentary and basic, and he'd be able to, find that timing. Merab's entries were on point. I did not expect that. Single leg, double leg, whatever he was trying to get, he always hit it behind something. He hit it behind a right hand, overhand right, left hook. He would even feint before he would shoot. And you never really seen that with Merab before in the past. Sometimes he would set his shots up, but for the most part, a lot of his entries were very telegraphed and open. That was another reason why I thought O'Malley would be able to catch him. But he stayed very smart in there. And when it comes to the other aspects that I was very impressed with when it came to Merab, it's crazy because everything that I was saying that he's not that good at, he was literally great at yesterday. His control was amazing. His ground and pound was good because he's never really been a ground and pound guy. He's never, held guys down for a long period of times. He was able to, control Sean at points. Another big key factor that I love that he did was actually go for submissions. There was many sequences where O'Malley would try to get up back to his feet, and Merab would have the front headlock position. He would threaten with a ghillie, and then it would discourage O'Malley from trying to get up back to his feet. And that was just smart from Merab. That's all he has to do. I've been saying this for a while already. He doesn't threat submissions. He doesn't have great ground and pound or great control. And, he's adding those things to his toolbox now. We're seeing that. And that's going to make him even more dangerous in the future going forward. On the feet, O'Malley was actually able to find the mark in the fifth round with the teep. He hurt Merab momentarily, but he didn't have much success. A lot of the shots he was throwing were very naked, and Merab was picking up on that. There are moments in the fight where O'Malley would throw a hook, and Merab would time it, slip under it, secure the double leg. That was amazing work by him as well. There was times where O'Malley would work off his jab. For the most part, he was throwing a lot of naked, big one shots. He was throwing one by ones. And that's not necessarily terrible, but Merab was able to pick up on that. If you're continuously throwing one by one, most guys are going to pick up on that, and Merab did, and he capitalized on that mistake by O'Malley. O'Malley, he should have went to the teeps more, I believe. He should have went to the body kicks more, but he was so discouraged from Merab's entries and takedowns. Merab also looked wickedly strong in there. Honestly, he's one of the strongest bantamweights I feel like I've ever seen. The strength factor was night and day. He was way stronger than O'Malley. That was a big factor as well, in my opinion. Besides the technical things, that strength factor was crazy, man. He was babying him at times. In this moment here, you see O'Malley throws a straight right to the body, but it's very naked. He doesn't disguise it with anything. Merab picks up on that. He already sees it ahead of time. Throws a left hook, counters him beautifully. And there was another moment here. O'Malley whips with the straight left, and Merab comes back with the right hand. That was very impressive as well. O'Malley, in the early rounds, he was investing to the body. And, that was great, but I felt like he kind of shy away from it in between the mid round. And that was kind of another detriment to him losing. Like I said, he had some slight moments where, he was able to pick up on Merab dropping his head. He was able to step in knee through the high guard, but he didn't have much success. It was a clear win from Merab, domination. There's nothing I could say bad about it. He looked very improved. If he keeps looking like this, I don't really know who's going to beat him. The only hope he has Umar. I know they want to make that next, but I'm not really sold on Umar beating him yet because I think, I'll get into that in another video, but I got to say again as well, like Tim Welch in this clip, if you read his lips, he's saying like, oh, Merab, you're fucking boring. He said something like that, something about Merab being boring. Like, bro, give your fighter advice to get out of that position. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, get your fucking ego out of it, Like, I feel like he's low-key corny. I know people like him, but he's pretty corny, bro. On the other hand, you have Merab's coaches, John Wood, giving him good fight advice. And then you got fucking Ray Longo in the corner giving him ultimate motivation. Beat his fucking ass, Merab. Look at him. He's fucking tired. Kick his fucking ass. Like, that dude's funny as hell, bro. But Merab was very impressive. His footwork looked improved. He still moves linear at times, but he was taking angles as well. His boxing looked good. His cardio is always going to be amazing. His wrestling was good. His entries, that's what I really love. His entries, like, he's way better now. And I think if he keeps, fighting this exact way, it's going to be very hard for anyone to beat him. For O'Malley, I think O'Malley should fight Corey Sandhagen. That's the next best option for him. It's a good fight, good name. It's a winnable fight. I think it'd be very competitive. And Merab probably will fight Umar. Dana wants that market. He wants that Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, whatever. He wants that. UFC NOCHE was it was a good card. It was entertaining. The name value wasn't that good, but, a lot of Mexicans lost. That was kind of, I don't know. But overall, I'd rate the card like a 6 out of 10. The visuals were impressive, but I didn't like the way it looked in cage. Maybe I'm just being, a complainer or something, but I really didn't, like how it looked inside. But wow, Georgia now has 2 UFC champions, Ilia Topuria and Merab Dvalishvili. It kind of sucks to see though, because I'm more happy that, Merab's champion, because O'Malley, even though I picked him to win, I don't really like him. I think he's pretty weird. And Merab actually has a personality. So, people are mad right now, but this is actually better for the Bantamweight division, in my opinion. I will say, though, O'Malley ruined the super fight with Topuria. That's never going to happen now. I knew Topuria would beat him, but, that would be cool to see. And just like that, the O'Malley era is officially over. Merab made Tim Welch and Sean O'Malley look like they saw a ghost.
Okay, doesn't matter where you're from, you can get this beautiful belt.